All right, welcome back to Beyond the Athlete, where we sit down with Marymount student athletes and discuss their journey. I'm Jack Teen. This week we're joined by Claire Smith of the women's basketball team. Claire, how's it going?
It's good. Thanks for inviting me on the show, Jack.
Absolutely. Now, you're a communications major at Marymount, or at least you were, correct?
Yeah, that was my undergraduate major.
But currently you're enrolled in a graduate degree here at Marymount.
Yeah, so I finished my undergraduate semester early. So academically, I'm now a graduate student, but athletic-wise, I'm still a senior. But I am getting my master's in business right now.
And do you have any particular goals for postgraduate career paths or anything like that?
I would like to pursue a career in the sports industry, specifically like college athletic departments. Maybe focusing more on the communication side of the house. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to stick around the sports industry. I think even though once my career comes to an end, which I don't know exactly when that will be, I'd still like to stick around sports.
And along with being a student athlete at Marymount, you're quite involved working for the athletic department as well. What has that experience been like?
Yeah, so I've worked with Marymount's athletic department for a couple years now, just as a student worker, helping out with game days and maybe a couple of office hours, helping with the communication office. And it's been great. Like Tommy and Jacob, shout out to them. They do like the most. They are some awesome people. So it's been really interesting kind of learning from them and shouting kind of what they do. It's been a cool experience.
And what have been your favorite sports to cover? Obviously, you can't cover basketball because you're on the team.
I know. I almost wish I could, but yeah, nah, can't do that. Um, I think women's volleyball or men's lacrosse. Those have been fun games to cover.
Any particular reason or?
No, actually. I mean, men's lacrosse it's stressful to like do the stats. Oh gosh, I'm still getting that down. But it's fast paced, it's very competitive, aggressive. And then I don't know, I just enjoy women's volleyball.
And would you say you've been interested in sports your entire life?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's certainly been a passion of mine. Yeah, for sure.
And you actually, if I'm not mistaken, you have a sibling or two who play collegiate athletics as well.
Yeah, so I actually have 8 siblings. Three of them, including me, are college athletes. At least were. I had a brother that played for Clemson football. He had a really awesome career there. Got a couple of rings, if you know what I mean. And then I have another brother that used to play at Shepherd University. He played football there too. So yeah.
All right, we're back. Apologies for the drooping camera. It should be fixed. So we were just discussing your family and your interest in athletics. Have you always been a basketball fan, or have you played any other sports growing up?
Yeah. I played soccer and volleyball when I was little. Of course, basketball. Um, yeah, basketball just stuck. It was just clearly a favorite of mine, clearly an early passion of mine too. So that's definitely I ran with it too. Like basketball is just something I worked harder in, pursued more than the rest of the other sports that I've played.
And was that a major selling point in coming to Marymount? Was the basketball team?
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, the tradition of success the women's basketball program has here was definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to play here. I mean, the legacy and the culture that's been already established here, like, it was something I wanted to be a part of. I mean, yeah, like when you wear Marymount across your jersey, like it's an honor and it's a privilege, and it's also a daily reminder of like the standard we have to maintain, and like we've got a reputation to keep up with too. So.
And speaking of that, I want to go back a little bit to freshman year for you, 2019-20, where Marymount actually won the Atlantic East Conference Championship. What was it like being a part of that team?
Yeah, that was a great year. We were a very dangerous team that year. Like having a couple of seniors, like Gabby Haddad and Aiden Phillips. Like were really great that year. I would have to say like it was such an experience to win the not only win the Atlantic East Conference at home, but like also get that automatic bid to continue on and play in the tournament, and even host the NCAA tournament here was just so awesome. Like that was like almost a once in a lifetime experience. At least to host it here, we'll be back for sure, but to host it here at our place was really awesome.
Yeah, that was actually I got to do commentary for that game for an NCAA game, which was as a
All right.
18-year-old pretty wild. So
Yeah.
shout out to the women's basketball team for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Now, going into last year a little bit of a strange year in terms of having no seniors on the team. So you sort of went from being a sophomore the year prior to really yourself and Samantha Shackelford taking the helm and the leadership role. What was that like?
Yeah, honestly, Sam and I, we just overnight became seniors just like that during our junior year. She'll understand what I mean by that. Yeah, it was definitely something like it was a position like both of us really needed to step in and fill in the role. And like our team behind us, just they rallied for us. We rallied for each other really, and we supported each other. Like, I was new to the leadership role, the captain position. Sam's been a great leader all 4 years here. But the leadership position was a little new for me, so I was still exploring and figuring out my footing. I'm definitely more of a lead by example type person. Some of the other teammates are more vocal leaders and whatnot, but yeah, we all really balanced each other out on that.
And do you want to talk a little bit about how this season's been going?
Yeah, the season's been great. Another dangerous team, let me tell you. Like we have full intentions of going all the way. We're planning on winning our title back, getting our leg back and all. We plan on going to the NCAA tournament again. Like it's the pedal to the metal all the way through type thing we're going through.
And having that home court advantage, of course, throughout the playoffs is going to be big. I don't know if you know this, but Marymount is undefeated bar one game to the number one team, Christopher Newport, which we'll give you a pass for. Other than that, undefeated on home court. How does it, first of all, how do you pull that off, being that successful? And also, how does the home crowd sort of push you?
Yeah, that was actually one of our goals beginning of the season is to remain undefeated on our court. And we take a lot of pride in that. Like, when people come to our house, like, we do everything we can to defend our hardwood. Like, and having the home crowd too, the student section, like, our parents really be pulling out all the time. It really does help. Like, home court advantage, it's real. And it is really hard for teams to come here and win on our court. And it also helps that, like, Marymount is the furthest from all the other AEC opponents, so it sucks for them to travel the farthest and almost guarantee walk away with a lose because it's really hard to win on our court.
Now, one game of the regular season left coming up this weekend against Immaculata. How hard is it to sort of keep your eye on the target and not look ahead towards the postseason?
It's not hard at all. Every game we've had, we've always focused on the next coming game. Like, don't worry about what's ahead because we've got business to take care of first, and then we can work on the next game, the next opponent, whatever it might be. So yeah, this whole week of preparation is for the next coming game. It's not for the championship or anything like that. Like, we're working on one game at a time. That's how we're taking it. So yeah.
So would you say that preparation for the postseason hasn't begun yet because you aren't there? Or would you say that is there any sort of prep going on for planning for a potential postseason run?
We're planning on it, but we're not working on it.
Okay.
We're working on the now for now.
And I know this is an obvious answer, but what are the expectations for this postseason?
Well, the expectations is to get our title back, add another banner to the gym, gut down our net. Bring back some hardware.
Bring back some hardware. Well, the Marymount Saints have been doing a whole lot of that. of course, the basketball team will be at home on Saturday for their closing out of the regular season. Be sure not to miss that. And then
It's also senior day, so
it's also senior
pull up.
day, which, of course, last year, no seniors, but this year we've got a few, so be sure to celebrate that. And then it'll be the postseason coming up right after that in the following week, so always show your support for the Marymount Saints. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me, Claire, and
Yeah.
go over everything.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me again. Thanks.